What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Chime. I'm your host, X-Ray. Joining me this week, welcome back, Mr. Venom ZXP. Thank you. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good, coming off a 5-0 predictions week.
Oh my
No other
God, this
frauds
guy.
could do that. I'm him,
No,
Himothy.
no, Bressy did it last
I,
season. He beat you.
I don't see it happening this season.
Oh, okay, okay.
Actually,
Well,
would you go week one?
3-2.
Interesting.
Uh huh. Oh, I just realized
I'm doing great though.
I didn't put anyone's standings in the thing, but that's okay. We'll see. We'll see it in the next episode of the Climb. And joining us this week, our special guest, Mr. Soap. Welcome, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Hey, awesome. And Soap, you're a newcomer to the league, correct? First
I
season.
am. First season.
So so how did you I guess get to know about Summit?
It actually started on a team I play in Risen. I believe Gamer Destroyer
Oh,
was
the
playing on
commissioner.
my team. Yes. And then he got unjustly removed from the team. And
Oh.
he told me about Summit to come and play. And I joined and got drafted. So that's how I ended up here.
Risen beef here. Risen beef here. That's what we love to hear. Um, yeah, awesome. And so, well, that kind of answers my second question. I was like gonna ask, do you have any like competitive experience? So how long have you been playing in Risen then?
Well, this is also my first split in Risen, but I've played in
Oh,
some
okay.
some other leagues in the past.
Oh, okay. So you have quite a bit of a competitive experience, is what you would say.
Yes, a low level competitive experience.
Hey, hey, it's a level. Some people say or can even say that they've played competitively. So
Yeah.
you're beating them in that department. But awesome. And your team, Cyberbullies, how you feeling about your team so far?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I think that well, I mean, you can't bet against your own team, right? So I think we're gonna win it all, but ask anyone, they'll probably say the same
All
thing.
right, I will say last season I almost predicted my team to not win a week, but then I predicted my team to win and we won that week surprisingly.
Well,
So
confidence is important.
yeah,
You guys
so
were regular season warriors last year, the X-Ray.
yeah,
You guys crushed the regular season.
yeah. Well, I mean, we did get first, but that's also because the number one team that won it all didn't try for like the last half of the regular season.
What do you mean? Dean going TP TP Ignite Riven support wasn't
Yeah, that's
he cooked on it though.
yeah, he's still cooked on it.
He still
But
cooked.
we're not talking about last season. We're talking about season 4 of Summit. Week 1 has officially finished, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a pretty good week as we look at some of the standings for Pool A. Cyberbullies and Dognitas taking the 2-0, and everyone else just kind of falling behind in the points department. Everyone did not pick up a win. Looking at Pool B, the Gauntlet and BTS taking the 2-0, and then Conflicts of Interest going 2-1 versus Feeders Anonymous. Feeders Anonymous taking that game 2 from them, and then Ship Without a Captain is also sitting at 0 points. But don't fret, it's only the first week. Still got 4 weeks to go, and everyone makes the playoffs. So it's all about how you want to be seen in the playoffs. So, but let's get into week 1. Week 1, starting off with the first game or ganking. I was gonna say gaming, ganking Private Ryan versus Cyberbullies. Yeah, I mean, Cyberbullies game 1. It's literally in their name. They were just absolutely kind of pummeling ganking Private Ryan, and I mean, there was a couple of really good plays for ganking Private Ryan that had like they were like kind of sparking hope for them, but Cyberbullies just ultimately just were like just better. The mid too easy playing his signature quirky, amazing, and I can't remember a whole lot of the other picks off the top of my head. That was the Leona game.
Violus.
Yeah, that was the Leona game by Mr. Soap. Um, There was a one play, and I'll let him talk about it, but there was one play that I think really kind of changed the tempo of the game for Ganking Private Ryan. But game 2, I mean, never saw Smolder. It was banned last season. It should have been banned this season as well. But yeah, never saw had a pretty good showing on the Smolder, and we'll get Soap's input from the enemy side. But man, the Smolder looked really dangerous, and I thought they might have been able to come back. Ganking Private Ryan. I thought we were going to go to game 3. But just a couple, just never saw misstepping in that top lane at her own inhib, and just Ari and Camille that just absolutely destroyed her. So, but before we get to Soap, Venom, what are your thoughts on this series?
This series, it was as expected, I would say, in terms of top-heavy gameplay from Cyberbullies. Briz bullied my friend Brissy. Kind of rude. I don't know why he made Brissy... Oh, first of all, Brissy's team shouldn't have let him blind Malphite and then not ban Silas.
True.
That's disrespectful.
I don't know.
Like, Brissy had to play against Owen's Silas last season as Malphite. And now and then he played against Briz on Silas, and Briz looked extremely comfortable on it. So I think it's a draft problem. I think Ryan looks rusty on mid lane. I know from playing with him or playing against him La Liga Season 4, he can play well mid.
Mm-hmm.
I know he hasn't. I think I talked to him after, and he said he played like one mid game before their series. After playing jungle last season, so they have a lot of stuff they have to work on. But Cyberbullies played well. Mid too easy, dominated Ryan mid. Briz dominated Brissy. OT Gator, as expected, he played really well on jungle. He was proactively he camped top. He kind of just kept going between top and mid, and then said, "So deal with it." Like, he said, "I'm not coming bot. I don't care. I'm gonna just gank top and mid, and we'll win that way." So
yeah, just building
really
the map.
Yeah, no real weaknesses. I know your ADC Soap escapes me with who it is. Luton. I think you guys played fine. Like, you're not expected to win against a GM ADC player, even if she's rolling from mid to AD. She plays a lot of ADCs, so not expected to win it. You guys, you were still effective, like mid to late game. You still were, still relevant. So it's kind of all you can ask for on a weak side. But overall, pretty good series. I think a good, I don't want to say warm up, a good first game for both teams to kind of figure out where they want to, or like figure out their play style. Cyberbullies obviously have a little more grasp on that.
Yeah, and Soap, let's hear your thoughts on your series.
So my thoughts are, well, going into the series, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I've never played in a league with so much disparity between ranks before. I'm more of a pre-made league player than a draft league player. So it was a new experience to me. I was unaware that Neversaw was Grandmasters going into the game. I said it before. I honestly thought, because of the way everyone talked about him, I thought Brissy was the tier 1 player on that team. So I went in, if you know you're playing against a Grandmaster player as a Plat 4-0 LP, right? Probably going to be a bit scared, but what you don't know can't hurt you, right?
True.
I will say that Smolder was pretty scary. I mean, playing as a ADC 1 versus 9 into Nautilus, Camille, and Nocturne. I mean, I think that goes to show the skill of her on that champion. So.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Neversaw played extremely well game 2. I think game 1 was just a bit unfortunate. I think week 1 is I would say it's depending on like who you're playing against. It's like a 50-50 shot of like who's gonna win. It's depending on like who practiced and who hasn't, and who has that team synergy. Um, and I think Cyberbullies, I think, just had the better synergy this time. Like in player wise, I would say some roles are matched, but otherwise it's pretty doomed. But I think honestly, Cyberbullies, great win for them. I think my big prediction before the end of the season, last episode, Cyberbullies is gonna win it all. So go Cyberbullies.
I agree with you on that one.
I respect it. But yeah, let's head into game.
Win. That's crazy.
Oh wait, we never asked Ben. All right, Ben, what's your hot take for the season? One thing
on who's gonna win? Oh
no, you did not on who's gonna win. Just in general, like a specific player is gonna pop off the whole season, or team's gonna win. Blah blah blah.
That's a little hard because I don't want to sound like a hater, but
do it.
I will say this. This is kind of obviously hindsight after week 1, but if Asteria's team specific, like I thought that they would be a top 3, top 4 team at the beginning of the season because I think Array is a extremely good player and extremely knowledgeable, but I don't know. I think Asteria took a break. I thought that's what I heard. Maybe he didn't, but he took a break from Summit at least. So he needs to get back in. He needs to get back into it because we'll talk about it in this series. But I think they could not. They might crash out in terms of like getting eliminated pretty early if they don't like figure it out. But
right.
I think they'll figure it out. I just think that is more. It's still not likely, but I think it's more likely than I expected last week.
That's true.
Or like
That's true.
Going into the season, but
yeah, I mean, speaking of Asteria's Kittens, we're heading into that series, Asteria's Kittens versus Dognitas, and Dognitas had a pretty solid showing this week. I mean, I just think overall, like, Dognitas was just on the same page. I just think Asteria's Kittens was just not on the same page, and like I said, I think it's just that week 1, dis-synergy of like teammates. It's like, hey, we're getting used to these different type of players. Array is off role. I can't remember every single player off the top of my head. Sparks is coming back. He's going back to mid lane as well. I mean, Mathith Peneth, bro's on 140 ping or something like that. But I mean, he still had a pretty solid game.
Yeah. So is them. Come on.
So is them?
Well, not 140, but Thim famously plays on like 100, 110 ping. I'm not giving him a ping.
Oh, that's
excuse.
right. Thim lives
I'm
in
not giving
Hawaii.
a ping
That's
excuse.
right. That's right.
You're playing jungle. Like if you play like tanks, 100. Like yeah, it's still harder to hit skill shots, but Thim plays on high ping and he still looks
great. Yeah,
like he still looks good.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, game 1, Ace and Jason, hard carry on the Xin Zhao, had a really good showing. And I don't really have much to say about this series besides, like, I mean, Asteria's Kittens just was not on the same page. I think there was a lot of plays that they went for, which I think everyone was not on the same page. But overall, was not a terrible series for Dognitas. Pretty good showing. I honestly think for Pool A specifically, I think it's going to be Cyberbullies and Dognitas fighting for who's gonna take the number 1 spot. And yeah, I'm really excited about week 2's game because they will be facing off against each other. But Venom, your thoughts on this series?
Yeah, I'm gonna clarify when I said my hot take. Asteria wasn't the reason they lost.
Yeah,
he had some questionable plays, but that's a couple of them might have been like a communication thing, like the Ash flank. I don't think Asteria.
Oh, that's right. I've totally forgot.
Like I don't think he was like, yes, I'm gonna 1v5 them as Ash. Like I'd assume that there was some sort of like miscommunication on a call of like, hey, we're taking this, we're doing like we're all gonna do this, and then he went, and then everybody else was like, "Ooh, never mind, sorry, baited you." So I want to clarify that I'm not saying Asteria is the reason for a loss, but he definitely, I've seen him play better. He whooped Rob and I in a lane last year with him, and I think the Ty is cool. I think he played with last time,
I think
2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
So I know Asteria is better than how he played, so I think he'll bounce back. But overall, it's just I think they probably hadn't got much time to practice. Array going back to support, I know he's a good support. He just needs to kind of get back into this playing support mindset. I think he'll be fine. But
yeah,
bro, Jason. One word I have to describe how Jason played was violent. Bro was he went to every lane and collected kills. His Karthus was like, we don't have the scoreboards, but I'm pretty sure he was like 15-1 on Karthus or something at some point. Then his Xin Zhao, he did the same thing and went, okay, I'm gonna go like 10-4 on Xin Zhao and carry the game. And so I think the jungle diff was very clear in this, and I think the math is being like he's EU player, his ping's bad or whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna give him an excuse because he was getting kind of worked. Like Jason was everywhere, and kind of like the other guy was just he was non-existent for a lot of it. Agu for Asteria's team played really well. I think he won that top lane, but Jason kind of pushed it back in their favor. Hamea might be a steal of the draft. Bro, game one worked Sparks. Hey, I love Sparks. He's really nice guy, but he got worked game one. He brought it back for game two and played well, but like game one was bad. Overall, I agree with you though that Cyberbullies and Dognitas I think are top two in that group. I think their matchup's gonna be very fun. Obviously, we'll talk about it in the predictions. Well, sorry, I have to mention Nico. Nico's great. Nico played great. He didn't really need to pop off and carry 1v5 because Hamea and Jason were so fed, but he did what he had to. He Asteria Array, probably one of the better bot lanes in Summit. He went. I don't remember the exact scores, but they were trading kills. He was keeping up in CS. He neutralized what it's like the strong side of Asteria's team. So I just want to give a shout out to Nico. I don't want to forget because obviously he kind of got overshadowed by how good Jason was playing, but.
And I just want to mention the top lane before we send it over to Soap. Agu and Loco Poco played fine. I think Agu had game one Loco Poco had game one pretty locked down, and then Agu played the Malphite in game two and kind of just wiped Loco Poco off the map.
His Malphite went crazy.
Yeah, but I mean that's a counter matchup for you though. Is like Malphite absolutely stomps the Gnar in the matchup, but I think both of them played well. We didn't mention them a whole lot just because it's top lane. Who cares about top lane? Am I right, guys? Any fellow
Not
top
in that
laners?
Group. In that group, nobody cares about top lane.
Yeah.
Other group, we do care about top.
Yeah. But let's send it over to Soap.
I only have one thing to say about this series, and if you think Asian Jason Xin Zhao is good, just wait till I pull it out versus them week 4.
Okay.
The PPP special, the Xin Zhao support.
Is it seriously not the first time it's been played in the league? Thought I was being
no, so
Proton Plat player played it last year.
So yeah,
come on.
Proton Plat player. He actually ask your captain mid too easy about Proton Plat player and his picks. He'll tell you a thing or two about
J4, Mordekaiser, Xin Zhao. I'm pretty sure he probably has played Malphite support. He plays it all.
Yeah, I don't remember every single pick he played, but yeah, he pretty much played a diverse pool that did not have any real supports in it, pretty much. So, but yeah, ask your captain about it, and he'll say some stuff about that.
I just know that I want to pull it out versus Zach.
Okay. Hang on. I actually like that. I respect that.
Leave
Hey,
it
I like that.
open.
Okay.
If Jason doesn't pick it, I'm sure they're gonna leave it open.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason ain't scared of a challenge. I'll say that. Jason ain't
For
scared.
sure. For sure. But yeah, let's move on to our series number 3, Ship Without a Captain versus BTS. And yeah, I mean, this one's another 2-0. I mean, BTS, I think, just had a really good showing. Sprinkler, game 1. I mean, I thought he was playing really scared on the top lane. I mean, he's playing Vayne into an Ornn, which damn you, Sprinkler. Damn you for playing a ranged top laner.
I'm on CRYPTID's ass for playing Ornn. Nah,
What?
we want to see. Hey, you're the top 2 ranked top laners. Play some interesting stuff. He'd beat my ass in top lane, I know, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, even David played Zac. Like, and David's the Ornn specialist in the Summit Ornn specialist. Like, I wanted
Yeah.
to see him go at it a little more, but
No, for sure. But yeah, I mean, Sprinkler played well. I mean, BTS just had a really good showing. I mean, I'm pretty sure this was back and forth though, if I'm not mistaken, for a while. But then Sprinkler had just like one really good fight where he got like 3 kills, and he kind of was just he turned online. Oh yeah, this is Heiko's team, right? Yeah, that's right.
No, it's not. You are looking at the wrong team. This is Borla Fleas versus Thim and Sexy Shawarma.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, Thim. That's right.
Damn, you said Thim's that. Hey, you better hope you don't have a trash talk. Just said Thim's so irrelevant you thought Heiko was playing for him. That's crazy.
Dude, those two mix me up all the time.
That was crazy.
But
me personally, I wouldn't take that Thim.
But no, like I think Thim had a really good series as well. Gargoomba, I mean, kind of just holding it down in the mid lane, playing the Seraphine. That was a really cool series to watch. Seraphine mid, I remember playing Seraphine mid, so that was really fun to watch. iProfix, Sexy Shawarma, I don't really remember a whole lot of them in this series, but maybe they'll show up next series. I mean, I straight up said in my I put BTS. I mean, what I meant to say, Ship Without a Captain, just not showing up, I think, in this series. I mean, Kill Switch, Karzbuta, I mean, those two are like really high rank, so we're expecting a lot out of them. But, I mean, I think it just came down to team play and how well each team played. And I think BTS took over the game. Venom, your thoughts?
I think I think it's a little closer than you're making it sound. I think World Soup, as continuing from like he did last season, he's playing really well. He didn't like beat Gar in lane by any means, but I wouldn't say that like Gar had good Seraphine ults and stuff, but he played Ori game 2, and I don't think it was that crazy. I know Gar's coming back to mid lane from being forced on jungle for 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
But I think it was like it was the Sprinkler versus Crosbuto show, and I think Sprinkler proved why he was. I don't remember, was he first overall or second overall? I don't remember if Sai got picked before.
Sai was second.
Okay, so it makes sense then why Sprinkler was picked first overall. Like, he showed why. Bro built Kraken Shen and then smacked the hell out of some.
That's right.
Like, he got like right before like the triple kill, if I remember right. He like got a Kraken Slayer, slapped the shit out of 3 people and killed them.
I generally thought
I didn't know you built
it was
that on
PPP
Shen.
playing for a second.
But no, like I said, Sprinkler's a menace to society in top lane, and in this group. I think the top lane is the focus for Group B. You have Crosbuto, KitKat. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a rough one for you. Peace and love, but you're gonna get slammed by a lot of top laners here. Then there's Sprinkler, Pyrosis, and DV4VP. What is that? I think that's 3 Masters, 1 GM. I don't know if Crosbuto hit GM, but that's 3 Masters plus a GM top lane, and then I think KitKat's tier 5. So. I don't know what rank they are, but top lane's the focus.
He's a tier 5, so not
so he's
not
flat
super great.
Below.
Yeah.
But no, I think Borla played really well.
Yeah, game 2.
I don't think Thim played bad, but Borla popped off. Borla Fleas, I don't know how much they've played before this. I don't think they played much, but like if they get some duos in and that team starts practices, I think they're a solid team. Like Killswitch showed last season how good he could play when he replaced Sunny Blues, and nobody watched last season of the Climb. I did say that if they had Killswitch, they would have made top 3 instead of Sunny Blues. But no, I think that team's good. I think PTS plays really well. I think Sprinkler's really good. This is a Sprinkler diff, and I think that's how a lot of theirs goes. I think it'll be kind of like the Owen teams of the past, where it's like our top lane's gonna beat you up, and then if we win one other lane, we are probably gonna beat you guys.
Yeah, and I think the difference between Owen's team last season and Sprinkler's team this season is, and I hate to call him out, but Red Ranger, I think, kind of was holding down that team. I think them is going to just kind of be unlocking, like Sprinkler to just kind of be like, hey, if I don't totally win top lane, I mean, if I like soft win top lane, I know, and like bot lane's winning, I know I'm probably gonna like, we're gonna scale and win the game. So, yeah. Soap, you got any thoughts, sir?
Yeah. So the strength of any of these players in particular, but it is week 1, so there's no relative strength comparisons. That could be the first place team facing off against the eventual second place team, right? It's really hard to say. Like, sure, they lost, but they could beat every other team in the pool, right? Who knows until we see a few more weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think PTS could be top team in that group.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, pool B is a lot harder to predict, but I would say like BTS is 1-2 for sure. I don't know if they're 1 or 2. I would say COI is also a contention for top spot, but we'll kind of see how each team kind of shapes out to be. But let's move on to our next series, the only 3-game series this week. Conflict of Interest versus Feeders Anonymous. Yeah, I mean, game 1, super conflicts of interest favored. Just a lot of plays. Pipe on the TF, just making plays around the map, just TPing with the TF, and just making stuff happen. And I think this one was just mainly a draft difference this series, because, I mean, COI is playing a full, like, mobile team, and Feeders Anonymous has no movement champions. It's like Mordekaiser, wow.
Any of the picks, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I just remember Mordekaiser, but like not, or it was a Syndra mid, I believe. Yeah, Syndra mid.
Sounds right.
I can't remember every pick.
I don't have the scoreboard, so I can't.
Yeah, we can't look up at every game. We can't take notes of every champion. But yeah, I mean, COI. I mean, I think they just had a really good comp difference. I think Pipe had a phenomenal game 1, played extremely well. But game 2, however, Feeders Anonymous, man, they came back swinging, that's for sure. And they built a more like structured team of like identity sort of thing, and they were like just like pure engage. It's like, hey, if we engage, we win the fight with a Samira, because Samira's balanced, by the way. But yeah, I think it was really well for Feeders Anonymous. Conflict of Interest, though, came back a little bit, really back and forth for most of the game. It was pretty much whoever engaged won the fight, and then got the objective or got a tower or whatever sort of thing. So, I mean, I really want to see this matchup happen again, because I think it may go a little different this time. Just because it is week 1, we don't know who, like, teams are still figuring out how are we going to play this season sort of thing. So I'm interested to see how Feeders Anonymous will bounce back from this. And of course, game 3, I mean, Conflict of Interest, I think was just winning team fights. I mean, they were almost 5 almost all the time. And Callista was split pushing for most of it.
He was in La La Land.
Yeah,
whole game.
and honestly, I don't think I don't want to blame him for not being there because like his champion really needs items to like. He's playing Nyla. He needs items in order to kind of start doing damage and everything
But
like that.
split pushing for 30 minutes, like when your team's winning early game, like, come on.
Yeah,
They had
I
a
mean,
gold lead early, and then here I'll wait till you're done, then I'll come to me.
no, it's
I
good
have a lot of
insight.
I have a lot of thoughts about how the game 3 went, even though I picked COI and obviously I wanted COI to win, but
No, I get it. I get it. Let's hear it then, Mr. Venom. I didn't really have a whole lot else to say about
okay.
this series.
I kind of well I don't think game 1 was a draft if. I think PyPy and Tubby popped off. I think PyPy was everywhere with the TF ult. Like, yeah, you could say like, oh, David picked Mordekaiser. He should have picked something that like I don't know if they banned Shen or like something like Shen or something to go around the map with TF. I don't have the draft in front of me, so I have no idea what. I just know that David was playing Mordekaiser, but um, Tubby popped off game 1. Tubby, for those who don't know, lane swap from support to mid. Piper's lane swap from mid to top on this team. Um, Tubby popped off. Tubby I think went like 10-1 or something in the game 1, or like 15-2. Some
Yeah.
absurd score. He was dodging every skill shot, as he would say. He got skinny in the mid lane and
Listen, I'm
dodged
not
everything.
missing players. All right, I just don't have as
Oh,
detailed of
I
notes.
just I'm just saying, Tubby popped off game 1, and I want to give
Yeah,
him
no,
props
no.
for the game
Tubby,
1,
I do remember that
and
Tubby
popped
played
off game 3.
extremely well. Yeah,
Nightmare, always a solid jungler. I'd assume he shot calls. He coached the Summit team, the Summit Diamond Plus team. So his game knowledge, his jungle ability, um, always really good. I don't know much about jungle, so I can't say like, oh, he was the greatest jungler ever or whatever. But he played well. Dart Juice played well. I think he's a tier 5 for that team, and I think he played really well against, I would say, a very strong top side for COI. But game 2, David was the difference. I told Pipe by this. I said David kind of went to work on Zach. David Zach is a thing to be scared of. That's gonna be rough against like Sprinkler, who's GM, but uh, David Zach is very good. So is his Ornn.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, Ornn's a little less, I don't want to say skill expressive, but he could do a little more cool stuff on Zach than he can with like Ornn. Game 3, I agree, back and forth. Like, I get it. All the people who play Nyla are gonna sit there and say, this guy's plat. He doesn't know how to play Nyla. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But like, I don't think split pushing for 30 minutes, getting caught 5 times, and your team losing 5v4s all game, I don't think it's very effective. I've watched Rob play Nyla, and he does not play like that. So, um, I I think I don't think they'd played together before, but they need to figure out whether they're team fighting or whether they're just gonna have a split pushing ADC. Other than that, Callisto yourself played fine game 2. He played pretty well on the Samara. Game 1, I ended up showing up. I don't think I saw the first half of game 1 because it was the same time as another series. I think it was CRYPTID versus the Gauntlet was still their game 2 was still going on. So I didn't get to watch the first half of game 1, but like I said, I think if you're gonna split push, your team has to figure out a split push comp. Like
Yep, for sure.
Putting David on a team fighter and then being like, we're not gonna fight with our ADC for 30 minutes makes no sense. And a team as well like that has good shot calling like Nightmare, Pipe Eye, and stuff, like they're not gonna give you that. Like they're not gonna let you get away with that ever.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think both teams are pretty solid though. I think COI, um, I think if they practice, I think they'll be one of the top teams of that group. I think FA surprised me. I thought they were gonna get I thought they were gonna get slaughtered. So they surprised me.
Yeah, I think FA is gonna be kind of a sleeper pick in this group, because they don't. Or wait, no, this is David's team, right? Yeah. So
FA, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, I think this is actually gonna be a sleeper team. I don't think it's gonna get as high as people think, though. I think this is like a third place team, maybe fourth place. I don't know if they're going to pass some of these other people like PTS or COI. The Gauntlet, I'm still not sure of where they're going to land yet, just because of their top end jungler. Not like dissing KYB Cat or My Hot Daddy, but I just think like I'm just being realistic, all right? Like there's a
Some
lot of
respect
really
to
good
My Hot Daddy.
there's a
And
lot of good junglers and a lot of good top laners. So, Soap, do you have anything to share about COI versus FA?
Yeah. So the first thing I'd like to say, by the sounds of it, again, I didn't watch the games. I was quite busy this past weekend, but even when you're on a carry champion, I played jungle a fair bit in my time on teams. If you're playing a carry champion and you fall behind, like for example Viego or something, sometimes you just gotta suck it up that you're not gonna be the carry, buy a Knight's Vow and deal with it, right? Try to do whatever's best for your team. So it sounds like that could be a good idea, because I know I'm the tier 5 player on my team. I'm not I'm probably going to be the worst player in most lobbies, right? So you got to do what's best for your team and not go for the carry yourself. Like I'm not going to be playing Pike or anything, so you just got to do what's best for your team, not
unless.
Well, you never know, right?
You never know, right?
You never know, but
Is
chances are
Xin support carry?
Yeah, that might be an ego pick, but
ego pick. Hey,
but yeah.
Hey, I've seen
another thing.
I've seen a lot of good ego picks.
Yeah, another thing too is like I said, I did play on my team with Super Tuber or Gamer Destroyer here, and I like to think he got kicked off the team for not being good enough. So
just calling him out.
Well, you better hope your team doesn't play against COI. Colin's about to He's about to pop off on
Let's
bar.
see. I don't think
I would
so.
be against him. I would be against some support, so.
Colin's gonna.
No,
hey, Colin's my boy. He's gonna work you support.
They don't play them.
Averages top 2 placings in 3 summit seasons. Put some respect on the commish. like.
Well, he got kicked off I think our Emerald team.
Oh.
I think he might have been on our Plat team at one point too, but.
That's just a little rude.
I
blame them, not Colin.
COI plays Asteria's Kittens in their cross match.
Asteria and Array versus Gamer Destroyer and Strand. I know Colin has played a lot of teams with Asteria, and obviously, I don't think he's been on a team with Array, but
that's week 5. We'll get to that one in a couple weeks, but yeah, let's move on to our last series, Code Cryptid versus the Gauntlet. Oh, excuse me. Heiko, man, what a series of game 1 for him. Bro was like 5-0 at like 10 minutes or something like that. Having a really good series. Sai had a really good setup with the late carry though on the Victor, scaling hard. Yeah, I mean, and then I think, it was just My Hot Daddy and KYB Cat, and I think My Hot Daddy was playing Nocturne, like one of his signature jungle picks, so I'm surprised that they let him have that, surprisingly.
You can't ban out a tier 5 jungle, like, with Sai, Heiko setup, you just can't. Tier 4.
Nocturne? Bro, dude, Nocturne is a permaban if that guy plays it. It's such an annoying champ. Like, turning off the lights. Yeah, it's...
that team's a hard team to draft for.
Yeah, that team is a hard team to draft for just because it's like, okay, what champion do you want setup to have access to? What champions do you want Heiko to have access to, sort of thing. So, yeah, I think drafting against that team is definitely going to be one of the harder ones. But, yeah, game 2, Sai on the Nami, though, kind of go crazy. Those bubbles were nuts. Those ults, Heiko, I mean, playing Lucian Nami, I mean, it's just always going to be a great combo. And I think I can't remember a whole lot of the other. Or it was Tristana mid, and I can't remember the jungle, but I know it was a Skarner top lane.
He had the Nocturne in the one game. I don't know what he had game 2.
Yeah, I don't remember what he had game 2, but
The game happened a while. Actually, no, it happened 2 days ago. But
yeah, or I just looked it up, but I'm not gonna reopen it. But I only remember from this series is Sai's Nami was just popping off, like just hitting crazy bubbles, and they just blew up almost every time that Nami hit a bubble. So good job, Sai. I give props to him. And Venom, what's your thoughts?
yeah, this one's one-sided. Like it's very hard. Like the weakness for the Gauntlet is their like top jungle combo. That's what their tier 4/5 is. And Gwenabon, like he obviously I don't know jungle again, but I don't feel like he did enough as their tier 1 against a tier 4 to win that game. Like you're gonna get slammed in the bot lane. You're playing against Heiko and Sai. They like Heiko's I think their tier 2 pick, right? You're playing against their
Yeah.
tier 1, tier 2. Sai, who's the second overall pick, GM 600 LP, whatever. Sai peaked. Like you need to win the top side.
Oh, I lied. Actually, KYB had first overall, so Sai was actually
Okay.
first overall.
Well,
Thinking about it,
so
yeah.
Sai is the first overall pick for a reason. They are extremely good, and from what I've been told, is they play extremely aggressive, which is exactly what you want to match with Heiko, because Heiko plays like he
A
doesn't know what's
madman.
happening. Like he
Madman.
plays like he's insane. He just runs at enemies the whole time. Does not matter. So this is like a perfect bot lane. They're both super ultra aggressive. They're both good. Obviously, Sai's really good, and Heiko's mechanically good. As much as I don't want to say Heiko played well, but they played extremely well bot. Ayakbin and Peach Tea Princess. I'm sorry to say you are probably one of the weaker bot lanes in general. So they beat a weaker bot lane, which is what they should. Setup is setup. For those who don't know, Setup has been in Summit for a long time. He took a break, I think, for one season, 1 or 2 seasons, I think. But
Yeah, I think
he
it
is
was 2
still as good.
seasons.
Yeah, he is. His control mages are insane. He showed today that hey, I still got it. I could play Tristana. Like I'm not just an Oriana Anivia or not Anivia, Oriana player, ASOL. Like he can play it all. My hot daddy still chugging along in that jungle. He's gonna play Nocturne or a tank.
I feel so
He's
bad
killing it.
because he kind of just gets filled into the role, like. But I mean, yeah, I
He
think
builds
he's
it
played it for
well.
he's played for like the last 3 seasons. But his like main role is mid lane. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, after playing it for 3 seasons, you think he's up to a good jungler level, and so
Yeah,
I mean,
but
he's kind of
uh,
showed it.
yeah. Last thing I'll say on this one is TG. I think is one that like isn't like favorite to go top in that group, but I think they can like if they practice and play well together, I think they could potentially take like one of the top 2, maybe 3 places there. I do think this is gonna sound so rude because I don't know any of the people on that team except somewhat Gwenabon. Like, sorry, Code Cryptic, you're going ninth, 10th. Like I'm sorry, like I'm sure you're all very lovely people, but like the way your team's constructed, you're going 9, 10. I think.
Yeah, this
I
is.
think
I think
it's
it's.
just
Go ahead.
like
Sorry.
it's just so hard. Like I don't know much about Bubbles and Angry Enchilada. Um, actually about most of their team really. I just know their tier 5 is Iokbin. Um, I don't know much about AC, but like I think this team's going 9, 10. Like I think looking at the other teams, they don't match up well into most of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I think they get 5th in their group, and then I think um, what would they play? Would they play like 4th in the other group, which is looking like it could either be like no matter who they play, the 4th seed in Group B, I think is just better than like it's just gonna be a better team in general.
Yep.
Like, but no, I think that's my hot take. I don't think I think it's a cold take. I think Code Cryptid's going 9th or 10th.
Yeah, and I think, well, I think the thing about Code Cryptid, first off, to my knowledge, the majority of this team is all VLN players besides Guanabon, and I'm not sure about Ayakben, but to my understanding, most of these, I believe, Enchilada Bubbles and Peach Tea Princess are definitely VLN players. So maybe they're just not
Shout out
used.
VLN.
Yeah, shout out VLN.
Hey, no shade to VLN, but your team's gonna get worked.
Yeah,
Like,
your team's getting their butt
well, this
kicked right
team's
now.
gonna get worked. Yeah, obviously a bunch of they might be good individually, and VLN might have good players. I don't know.
Oh, they definitely do.
I don't know who's VLN, who's not. I'm sure there's a lot of really good players from VLN.
I got no clue. All I know is that Happier Cat's from VLN and drafted a bunch of VLN.
CYA. I'm not trying to get yelled at by a bunch of VLN people.
Yeah.
I'll say that on camera. I'm not trying to get yelled at by everybody from VLN.
No. Yeah, no, for sure. And honestly, I think maybe they're, like I said, it's week 1, so we don't know a whole lot of like their play style yet or like their identity. So we'll kind of see within the next coming weeks. I will agree though. I think, unfortunately, I do think Code Cryptid is probably going to get 5th in this one specifically. I think, unfortunately, most of the teams in this pool kind of outmatch them in almost every role.
I think in both groups. I'm wondering, like, if you had to pick one team that they could beat out of both groups. Like I said, I don't want to belabor the point of like, oh, they're so bad, like, because they're probably all individually better than me. But like, what team can you see them beating out of both groups?
And I hate to say this, the only one I can kind of see is maybe SWC, but even then, I probably still pick SWC though.
You think Borla Fleas lose that bot lane?
We'll get to not. Yeah, I don't know.
We don't want. I don't like I said. I don't want to.
We're not gonna get into the hot takes.
Like I'm thrashing them.
Let's hear Soap's thoughts on this series.
Firstly, I just want to say, Venom, you're lucky you're not playing because I would say.
Oh, I'd wash you. I'd wash you.
Well, we might
just
have to see about that.
Hey, first season top 4, lost to a diamond sub. I'd wash your team.
Did you win?
Bro, did you play? Like, don't come for me. Season 1 runner up. That's crazy.
I won season 4. If
Fnatic won Worlds in season 1 doesn't mean anything.
Bro, just wait. Hey, if I'm on dedicated sub, if somebody subs me, and I'm gonna work you. Just know that,
dude. I love this trash talk. I love.
Hey, I'm a message mid too easy and say I'll hook you up with gold and RuneScape if you don't come bot. Just give me this 2v2.
We don't need you.
All right. Let's get on the task at hand. So.
Okay, sorry. So, I think that playing against Tycho and Psy, that's a pretty scary bot lane to face. That might be one of the bot lanes where I just say, sorry, Luton, have fun, right? That's a very scary bot lane team to face. I don't believe we faced them in the regular season, but we might have to play against them in the playoffs. I think they...
You're talking about the Gauntlet? The Gauntlet? Yeah, no, yeah. You guys don't get to play them. I don't think so. Let me see. Nope, you're good.
I do think they got lucky this week, though, because they are in pool bad, and Code Cryptid is in pool amazing. So I think they just had a lucky week. Code Cryptid had an off week. We'll see.
I like that. Pool bad and pool amazing. I like that.
I think, unfortunately, after this tragic week 1 result, it's going to be a 4-1 sweep.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that hot take.
Group A, there's a lot of really good teams in Group A. I can potentially see that.
I like that hot take.
Should have been 5-0, but it was just Code Cryptid's warm-up game.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see you. But yeah, that will wrap up week 1 games. So let's head on over to predictions for week 2. So starting off, I'll remind everyone because I forgot to put it in. X-Ray got 2 or 3 is 3-2. 3 out of And Brissy is also 3-2 for predictions. This Venom guy, I guess, got all of them correct somehow. So he's 5-0. But
him.
who cares, right? No one cares about that.
He's not getting 5-0 this week.
Yeah, he ain't getting 5-0 this week. That's for sure.
You better back up this trash. Like, you're about to get. You better hope Mid-2Easy and Briz could pull your bot lane out of hell again. If
BTS beats Cyberbullies, I'll personally give you $5. How about that?
I don't think it's that crazy. We'll wait till we get to that match. I don't think it's that crazy. Like, their early season, I don't think it's. Cyberbullies isn't like the like Gen G of this, or like SK Telecom of this tournament. Like,
we're both.
All right.
Like, they're good, but I wouldn't say they're unstoppable. Like,
hey, this will be 2 weeks in a row that I've played with a $5 bounty on my head. Except last time it was for every time I got solo killed.
Oh, okay. Array is sitting at a 4-1 with 4-1, and then special guest was Gamer D, sitting at 3-2 as well. So. Yeah, so let's head into our week 2 games. We have, first off, Ganking Private Ryan versus Asteria's Kittens. It's pretty split on this one. 3 of us went with...
This is a coin flip for me.
Yeah, Ganking Private Ryan, and then Asteria's Kittens, Soap and Array. Soap, why'd you go with Asteria's Kittens?
Well, because we faced Ganking Private Ryan last week, I just felt like they have some problems in their team. I think that if they swap some roles around or figure out, they have the potential to be really good. I just think that if they come in with the same game plan as last week, I think that's suboptimal from them. So I think Asteria, in a vacuum, if both teams come in with the same plan as last week, I think Asteria can take it.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but we'll move on to the next series.
I just want. I'll keep it short because I know we're going a little long. I think this one could go 50-50. If Asteria plays like the Asteria we know, I think Asteria's team could 2-0 this. But I also think that if Ganking Private Ryan, if Ryan gets the games in, never saw, gets on a decent champ, and they play it well bot. Like, I think it could go either way. Like, I was back and forth up until kind of the last second on this.
Yeah, I think Asteria and Array, I think if they're on the same page, they can win. But like you said, I think if Ryan put some games on mid lane, because I mean he didn't really play any carry champions in the mid lane this last week. He played Karma and then
Ezreal.
Yeah, Ezreal. So like the Ezreal game, I think it was just really unfortunate because like the whole top side got fed. Really bad matchup top lane.
Easy. So you're not gonna win that mid lane. Like, there's almost no mid laner in Summit right now that's gonna beat mid too easy.
Yeah, I mean, you're playing the number 1 top laner, so. Who knows? And I mean, this week you're playing against Sparks. I think it's more favored for Ryan, and I think he'll be able to pull something out. So we'll see. But I'm
expecting a 2-1. Yeah.
A 2-1. Oh, okay. Early prediction. I like
agree.
that.
I could see that.
And then moving on, CRYPTID versus Dognitas. Pretty clear, concise. Dognitas. It would be very surprising to see CRYPTID win this. Just how Dognitas looked from last week. So I'm excited to see how Dognitas may win it. But if CRYPTID can come back and win, I'll be excited.
Notepad's coming out. If Dognitas loses, that Notepad gonna go crazy on Jason's stream.
True.
Just know. Hey, Nico's gonna get all the smoke on that Notepad if they lose. Lose a game.
True. I like that. Moving on, we got Cyberbullies versus PTS. Cyberbullies all the way through. Besides this weird one, I think it's supposed to be Cyberbullies.
Did that happen last week too? I think everybody picked against Dognitas, and I wonder who won that series.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. When they lose, just know. I'm just letting you know, when they lose, I'm getting $5.
I will say, from who's giving you the $5? I'm
you.
not.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're
Not
bumped
that
your
confident,
damn
or
head.
what?
You're not
You
that
bumped your
confident?
damn head if you think I'm paying you any money for that. That's crazy. I do. Hey, I put content out for free. Hey, my slides come out free. No, I think this one is. I will say this is similar to the first series, where I think it's very close. I think it's closer than people are thinking it's gonna be, because they're like, I think everybody thinks Cyberbullies is like, oh, they crushed week one, they're gonna destroy PTS, but like, I think it all is gonna hinge on, um, was it Sprinkler? I think this is the team with Sprinkler, right? Yeah, I think it's all gonna depend on Briz versus Sprinkler. If Sprinkler plays like he did against Krasbuto, um, against Briz, I think this is going to be a very tough series for Cyberbullies. Like,
Oh
because I
shit.
think Gar, like, I think mid to, like, in terms of lane by lane, I think Sprinkler wins top. I think OT Gator has the edge jungle. Mid to Easy has the edge mid, and I think Thim Shawarma have the edge bot lane. Like, I don't think they're gonna crush in like 10-0 or something, but
Mm.
I think they have the edge bot lane, so it's all gonna come down to like iProfit. I don't know much about him, so if he can somewhat keep up with Gator and Gar can kind of defend against mid too easy, I think Cyberboys is in trouble. Like if like the big thing is mid too easy and Gator need to win that jungle mid match, which I think they are favored to do, but no, I think it could go either way, but I don't know. I think, like I said, it's
Yeah.
up in the air. I could see either team win. That's why I wouldn't bet $5 on it, because I could easily see someone tilting on PTS if they lose game one and then just getting rolled game two.
All right, so defend your team because you're the winner. I know
All
you
right.
are.
I will say Venom was right. Thim and Shawarma have the edge on Luton just because it's 2 versus 1. My ass will be top lane, winning that top jungle and mid.
Okay.
Bro's about to feed Sprinkler 2 kills at once, maybe 3 if Gator comes. That's crazy.
Let's
No,
go.
I'm messing with you. I agree. That should be your strat. Leave Luton to die. Like,
Who
that's
says
not
he's
gonna be
gonna
fun.
die? He'll fall down 5 CS maybe at most.
Bro, if them plays like if they play like Draven not, you guys are gonna get, or Luton's gonna get smacked around bot.
All
Put
right.
him on Zig, sit under tower all game.
True.
That's not a bad idea.
All right, just speeding through these last two games real quick. We got the Gauntlet versus Feeders Anonymous. The Gauntlet going clearly picked after last week. Gauntlet's gonna make their stand in their gosh, words are hard, guys. In their pool. So
It's a bot side diff. I think
yeah.
mid AD support. This is a very big diff. Like jungles are even, tops David favored, but I don't think David's gonna hard carry that to overcome Heiko, Sai, and setup winning all 3 lanes.
Oh, I
or
doubt
winning
it.
those.
But yeah, and then our last game, Conflict of Interest versus Ship Without a Captain. Brissy with the pick. Hey, he needed to spice it up. Ship Without a Captain. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I picked CUI, but I'm kind of rude for Ship Without a Captain. You know, Soulpan's not there to help them out, so they're kind of
Hey, stand on business. Switch it right now. I'll let you. Hey, as fellow content team, I'll let you switch it right now to the if you
No,
want.
I don't. I'm gonna go with
Hey,
CUI.
put some confidence in it.
No, no,
Don't doubt the pie. Don't doubt the pie roses. Like, don't doubt them. Hey, stand on business.
We're here to stand
on business. If you think the other team's is gonna win, pick them.
Hey, respect.
I'm just saying, like, I stand by my picks.
Okay. I think your VTS one is wrong, but
Hey,
we won't get into
win,
it. We're not gonna get into it. But once again, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you guys coming by every week. Stay tuned. Solar Bullet will be coming out later this week as well. Thank you, Venom, coming back.
As always.
And Soap, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for hosting.
Hey,
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
no problem. And yeah, Summit, we will be back with another episode of The Climb next week. See you guys.